Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming to my channel and stumbling upon it. This is Energy Medicine with Monica. I'm Monica Marzak, your host and practitioner. What we do every week is touch base on different topics. The topic that I spoke about a little bit last week was the difference between feelings, thoughts, and emotions. And I thought today would be a really great idea to bring it all together through an energy session. So that's what we're going to do today. Get nice and cozy, turn off your distractions for this 15-minute energetic tune-up using consciousness-based medicine. Okay, so feelings are is exactly that, something you feel. So whether it be feeling hot, feeling cold, feeling spacious, feeling contracted, it has everything to do with your five senses. Now, in the English language, it gets a little bit muddied because we say, I feel that he, she should take out the garbage, for example. That's not a feeling, that's a thought. But we use it interchangeably, these feeling, and thinking, and it gets muddled. So what we're going to do right now is help the brain to differentiate between thinking and thought. Now, emotions are a different thing altogether. You can feel your emotions, which are energy in motion, and there's five healthy ones, or five natural ones, rather. So, anger, sadness, joy, grief, worry, and fear. And all of these act as tools or act as flag posts or flagships or your little helpers to give you warning. They've become scared. You're not going to throw yourself, hopefully, knock on wood. Put your hand on the hot stove. Fear stops you. Anger is a movement, so it'll move you out of the way of danger. Worry helps you to think about something. Um, Grief is actually the emotion of surrender and letting go. And worry, grief, sadness, joy is that enthusiasm, that feeling joyful in life. And it takes 90 seconds through the limbic brain for an emotion to run its cycle. So we're doing a differentiation here. I'm going to the brain. I was thinking that we were going to go to the gut, into that gut brain to help with the discernment and the to sort out, but it's going to the brain. Now we're going to the brain where all of these filters sit on our senses, and that's the thing that we see. So these are, or the space from which we live our life, or that energy that we from which we live our life. So I'm being brought into the hypothalamus, and we're going to help dump the filters over the hippocampus and the hypothalamus so that we can actually be seeing and experiencing what is happening, not what we think is happening. And this is where emotions and thoughts and thinking all get muddled, and I'm seeing them like Christmas lights. So I'm going to run a differentiation here, anchor it to the heart and to the gut, so we can start dumping these lenses of perceived whatever it is you think is happening doesn't necessarily mean that it is happening unless you ask for clarification. And so I'm bringing in the gut to help discern and bring up to ask for clarification. Let's say if you're confused, like I'm feeling very confused in this session. I feel like I've been derailed. So I'm going to slow it right down, going into, where are we going? I'm going to slow right down. I feel really derailed. All of these things coming in at me. I can even hear everybody's yeah buts, yeah buts. So I'm going to keep this really nice and simple. I'm running a differentiation between what is actually a thought, a feeling, and an emotion. And we're just helping your brain to break habit and see it through a different light. See where you use feeling and when it should actually be thinking. Like, I feel that my friend, my partner, my child should do this thing. I feel that they should do that. It's actually, I think they should do that. Now, I'm not saying whether your thinking is right or wrong, but we're just working here through a differentiation process so that you can become clear within yourself what the difference between a thought, there we go, thought, who knows where thoughts come from anyway. There's no place in the brain that says this is our thought box. So our thoughts, they're a collection of stories, a collection of events, a collection of opinions. You've got group consciousness in here. You can get more complex and bring in past lives through here. And all of these things influence thought. You've got brainwashing and habits. So thought is different than thinking. Actually anchoring the brain, going down into the gut and asking what questions. What is at the root? What does this mean? Can you give me clarification? What do you mean by this? Those are all questions that can help anchor what am I feeling? What am I actually thinking? What am I actually saying? What, what? Not why, which just propagates more thoughts and more thoughts and more thoughts. We want to get done nice and simple and bring up some self-inquiry sessions, some questions that help you anchor your mind and those thoughts so you can get nice and calm. It helps the nervous system to relax. It reduces overwhelm and stress on the body. So what questions? All right, so I could see that I can see the brain starting to reorganize. So that's a thought. Now we got to do a differentiation here for feelings. Now feelings can have those filters on them. Sits on your subtle sense of sight, your subtle sense of smell, of taste, of touch, of hearing, and also the physical one. People hear what they want to hear, they see what they want to see. There's a nice burp coming in for some shift, some movement. So we're going to anchor to the heart, and all the places where the occiput is for the sight, with the different places in the brain, which is related to hearing, to smell, to taste, to touch. We need to dump those filters of your perceptions of what you think is happening so that you can actually be in the experience of what is happening, actually feeling what is, not what you think. All right, so I'm going to anchor that to the heart. That could be a little bit complex. You can look that up for yourself. Also, please know that I'm not giving any kind of medical advice, and all of this information or wisdom is from my own 20 years of study that I've put these things together for myself. But please do your own research. If you get curious about this, do not take what I'm saying at verbatim. Get curious and do some research for yourself. All right, anchoring that to the heart so the filters can start to drop so you can actually be in reality, not thinking that something is happening. It happens all the time. I think I see something. It just happened this morning. I was driving my son to work and I thought I saw a turtle. And as I got closer, I realized it's a turkey. What in the world? The eyes can fool you, your senses can fool you. So that's just something to be mindful of. Now we're going into the limbic brain, and I'm going to do a cortices, a balancing of the limbic brain. Sits right here on both sides bilaterally to help that emotional baggage start to filter out, anchoring that to the heart, bringing into diaphragm, small intestines, so that emotionality, that over emotional. This is usually feeling your thoughts, and you say, no, I can feel the emotion. I'm really, really sad. You can practice this for yourself. You can kind of test it out. I do it all the time. I play with this. I can think of something really, really sad. So that's a thought. I'm thinking of something really sad. Next thing you know, I'm crying and having a physical reaction, feeling really sad, crying, and it came from a thought. So you can play with that a little bit just to see, to help them. Now we're just in this brain here to help the brain cycle through the cycle emotions, let them do their neurological and physiological job and not get tripped up in um, emotionality, which is very different. So feeling your thoughts and thinking that you're having an emotion. Okay, this is quite complex. I'm running this as a total, like a CDRE. So we're going to break it down, and it's going to break down further to its least common denominator. It's little, the common denominator, so that your body can have an easier time and that you can have an easier time when things come up, when, let's say, situations arise, and you can start to maybe have a different experience of your emotions, your thoughts, and your feelings. All right. Please help me out if you enjoyed this session, if you enjoyed this work, if someone else could benefit from this, please go ahead, press the like, share, and subscribe button. And if you'd like to join me live, you can do so. We're on every Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just go ahead and shoot me a little message. You can find my contact information on my YouTube channel or through my website, and shoot me a message, and I'd be so happy to send you the link. This is work I do because I love it. So you can go ahead, and it would be so great for you to join us. All right, see you all next time, and let me know of your shifts.